So this is the Florida State Science and Engineering Fair entry form. It's also the entry form that we use for the Ying Expo. This form needs to be given to us with all the paperwork that's required of the student at registration in January. This is also needs to be the original form. It's the only form that gets turned in to us in January that has to be original. All the rest of the forms that get turned in can be copies of the original forms. The student needs to check off if they're a high school student or a middle school student by checking senior or junior section. If it's a team project, please mark yes. Teams can be 2 or 3 individuals. Otherwise, mark no, please. Really important is the category that the project's in. This category should match the category that's on the abstract form, and it's really important that the student knows what category they want to be in, because once we assign them to a category, we assign judges, it goes to printing, it's in the program. It is very difficult to move a student to a different category at the registration. So please make sure that this is correct. The title, it needs to match exactly what's on the abstract, and more important, it needs to match exactly what's on the backboard. We have a lot of judges will come to us like, okay, they're looking at an abstract and the title of the project's supposed to be whatever it might be, and they're looking for the project on the floor, and come to find out the students changed the title of their project. They redid their backboard between the registration in January and the Ying Expo in February, and they changed their title. So judges can't find these projects. So they need to match. They need to all be the same. The next section is asking if the student wants a table with or without electricity, or if they want to set up on the floor with or without electricity. Now, this might seem odd to you, but some students have built backboards, have built projects that are designed to set on the floor. If the backboard is over 6.5 feet tall by itself, it has to sit on the floor because it'll be too tall. The tables are 30 inches tall, and if you put a 6.5 foot or a backboard that's taller than 6.5 feet on top of the table, it will be over the allowed height of 108 inches. So consider that. The electricity part. So we don't charge for electricity at the Ying Expo. However, state does charge. It says here to include a $70 payment, a check made out to the Florida State Science Fair. So that can be included with the paperwork. If the student qualifies for state, we'll send the check on to state. If the project does not qualify for state, we usually just destroy the checks. So you can include it or not, but if the student does go to state and they want electricity, we're going to have a $70 check before we can submit the paperwork. The rest is pretty simple, just it's names, addresses, birth dates, what have you. The state has highlighted the stuff that's very important to them, and so take that in to note, please. I will point out that a lot of students leave this line blank: Regional Science and Engineering Fair. Okay, that's us, the Ying Expo. So that's what goes there, Ying Expo. After that, there's signatures that are required. So you need the student's signature, the teacher's signature. You need, again, the student's signature, and then the parent's signature, and all these need to be dated. So please, again, read this carefully. If it's a team project, there is a page 3 that's for the second team member, and if it's a 3-member team, there's yet a 4th page for the other team member. So please fill those out and give those to us in January. Thank you very much.